Michael here. As you can see on the rain gauge, we've had 2.5 millimeters. Looking over our back fence, we can actually see to the mountains for the first time in ages. Basically, we can see, pretty much the whole valley. I don't know where that shows up. Let's just zoom, see what I can get away with. You can see the patches of green and the patches are burned. People have lost houses up in this direction. Yeah, it's quite a different landscape today. Okay, so up to our more usual vantage point. I'll try zooming again. You can see the area is burnt and the area is clear. Unfortunately, the cloud is covering the mountain line, but there is a lot of burnt out forest there. That's new area that has not been burnt before. The area pretty much to the right of that pole, which is almost perfectly north from here, to the right has been burned about 15-18 months ago. So it'll be interesting to see. It looks like the damage done on that area is not as savage as it was on this area, but I guess a couple of weeks will tell. We'll see what trees die and what trees live. It'll be interesting to see, to compare the area that's had basically fuel reduction versus this, which has just been burned for the first time in a very hot period. Over here we had a serious fire in a warmish winter period, winter to spring, but the fire did go through it again, but I am actually seeing some green trees still through that from here. I don't know whether that shows up on the camera, I doubt it does. We had looks like about 2.5 millimeters of rain last night, but through the week we've had about another 12. That's here, right where we are. So I guess, it's talking sort of 14-15 millimeters. Yeah, there is some expectation because tomorrow's going to be a lot warmer. And maybe on Saturday, we may have an increased risk. The fire, there's still fire burning. Of course, there'll be smouldering trees everywhere in that fire. We can't see at this scale. But somewhere behind all that cloud, near the fire station, there is still some fire burning, amongst tree stumps and things like that. There's also little fires around the general landscape. Tree stumps, fence posts, that kind of thing. But having had 14 millimeters of rain, I think our risk is greatly reduced on what we had last Monday. And I actually can see the landscape is starting to green already. The areas that haven't been burnt are greening up. And let's see down here a bit closer. You can see that there's patches of green starting to creep into the place. Yeah, horses are starting to graze. Can you see that maybe? Horses are starting to graze on actual natural landscape. I don't know how much there is on the ground yet, but they seem to be eating something. Yeah, well, I guess that's it. That's a pretty long video. I'll do a 360-degree sweep to give you an idea of the landscape. And there are still places without power, but that seems to be getting rectified fairly quickly. I don't know in the outer lying areas to the north how long that'll take. The utilities usually have a website. There's different companies, retailers, have a website showing what areas are open and have power and what areas don't. Well, I guess that's it. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, ask a question, leave a comment. Bye for now.